How about now?
How about now?
We are off, leaving our rough anchorage here outside of Goodland. This is like the calmest it's been the whole time we've been here, and we're leaving. Which is fine. We got tossed around. It really funnels all the waves and wind in the inlet here by Goodland. So it's coming up on high tide, so we should have no problem getting in. We got all of our courses charted, plotted here. Called up Safe Harbor Marina to get some local information as far as how to get in there, because it is a little bit low at low tide, but we should be good now. So we're going to go into Safe Harbor Marina, pick up several quarts of transmission fluid, which we desperately need, and then slowly make our way over to the Crabby Lady.
Yeah, fun. I can't wait.
For lunch, and maybe we'll take dinner too. We're running out of food. We're getting close to home.
That's a great idea, or something.
Yeah.
Dessert,
dinner, whatever, we'll see. Yeah, because we're pretty much hitting the skids on the food here. But we're almost home.
and we can survive. We definitely have enough food on this boat to manage.
Yep. We'll be good. All right, let's...
We have your MREs.
Yeah. Let's weigh anchor.
Is it MRE?
Get out of here. Okay, coming into Coon Key, we are 3.6 feet above high tide here, or at 3.6 on the tide. We got over 7 feet here under the boat, well, six and a half under the boat. Just gonna follow chart plotted path in here. There's no markers with the exception of Coon Key Light, which is way out there, just marking the very beginning of this inlet. But there's nothing here until you get around the bend. All right, it looks like the worst part is over. These shallows here that show like 4 feet or even shallower, 3 to 4 feet. I never saw less than 7 feet at the high tide we're at, which is positive 3.5 feet. Now, once we're coming up on the red marker, number 2, we're well over 12 feet. There, so now we're in the marked channels now. So we just passed where green marker number 3, day mark should have been, and there is no marker number 3. All that's there is the speed restriction sign. Right, we're coming up the split that goes around the backside of Goodland here, or over to Safe Harbor on this side. And there is a red marker over there heading up that channel, but we're coming in here to the marina, and the gentleman at Safe Harbor said to stay close to the mangroves. And you do see a shoaling sandbar that's right in the middle here you want to avoid. You can go all the way around and just hug the shore that way next to those marinas and the ramp, but it appears to be deep enough over here. We got over 16 feet right now. All right, coming up on, that's it right here, Safe Harbor Kusa Marina in Goodland. We made it. Never saw less than 7 feet all the way in from the bay. What I have read is that they have shallow water by the gas dock. I think it's 4 feet at like a mid-tide. We should be okay now. Pretty nice setup in here. Concrete floating docks, ship store, fuel dock, boat ramp, rack storage boats. You got a nice ship store up there on the second floor. A lot of goodies. And the mechanic helped us out.
Nice little spot here.
All right, we are all transmission oiled up.
Great job.
Yeah, they saved the day over here at Safe Harbor, Kusa Island in Goodland. So now we're gonna head around Goodland Peninsula to where all the restaurants are. It's a little early, it's only 10 o'clock, but maybe we'll drop anchor for a little bit, relax until they open for lunch over at the Crabby Lady. Heading out towards Coon Pass. Right in the middle is that sandbar. We came in on the right over here. I'm gonna see how the depths are on the left, going closer to those marinas. Be a little shallower, but we should be able to get through. Still good over here. We're over 7 feet at high tide. So they have these pilings here that are marked with orange tape, it looks like. That probably marks the sandbar here in the middle. And we were fine going on the inside by this marina here. We had deep water the whole way back here around by the sound. And a sailboat anchored over here, the mangrove islands. And coming up to the bend. Alright, we're coming up to the Crabby Lady restaurant. They don't open for another hour or so, but we're probably going to pull in there, get a good slip. We got some inside information about nice fenders they just added to that piling there. So we'll pull in there and spend a few hours, have lunch, a few drinks, relax. We have made it. Crabby Lady. It's a lot quieter here than in season. They usually have live music up there on the stage during the day. They'll be open in another hour or so. We got a Crabby Lady surfboard. Some new docks. Docks are a lot nicer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is all brand new, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Looks like they're redoing the stage. Bigger. Better. Really fixing the place up. It was nice to begin with. Yep. I hope the tide isn't too low for us to leave here.
It freaking
looks
down.
really low over there. So we'll have to be careful. All right, we're heading out from Crabby Lady, but tide is a lot lower than it was, so gotta be careful here. Matey loved it. We had a good time. We had a nice lunch, extended brunch into lunch, and we're gonna be heading out. This is just a great place to stop by. Lots of fun. Thanks, guys, for the food, the drink. See you next time. All these other restaurants over here are closed for the season, but the Crabby Lady stays open. We're heading towards downtown Marco Island. Tide is getting low, so we gotta keep an eye on that. We're like a mid-tide right now, and we got some low water we gotta get through a little further up. Okay, we're coming up to the Goodland Highway 92 bridge, which is a lot taller than it is depth. It gets a little shallower, a little further up. Keep our fingers crossed we get through it before it gets too low over here. Get another couple hours to dead low tide. So this is going to be the most shallowest, difficult part to get through, right before the Judge SS Jolly Bridge going over to Marco Island. This big open bay is very deceiving. It gets pretty shallow up ahead right before the bridge. I'm showing 3.9 feet at this mid-low tide. We're only about a foot above low tide right now, so it's going to be close. I'm going to take it nice and easy and say a little prayer. Right, so it does get shallow in this area here, right before the bridge. You got to be really careful. We went along this side here, and it seemed pretty shallow. Another boat came straight through, followed our track. It's here, and he was barreling through, no problem. So I don't know if they did any dredging or not, but it's not something I like going through at low tide. We got very close, started getting down to like just about 4 feet, which is when I'm just about to touch bottom. Just past the bridge on the left, we have Factory Bay, which has some marinas, and there's an anchorage there that you can drop hook if you wanted to. Relatively protected. There it is, the Gulf of Mexico. Big Marco Inlet. Home stretch.
Home stretch.
Matey's loving the trip.
Yeah.
We're a little torn here. We wanted to go out on the Gulf side because I don't want to go all the way home. It's about a 9-hour trip, 8 hours or so at our speed. It's already 3 o'clock, so we're looking to just go a couple hours, if that, and maybe anchor right off the beach. And hopefully you don't get beat up too much from that bad boy right over there.
Sure.
Yep, but the way things are happening, we're going to get beat up by that storm, right?
For sure.
Yep.
For sure.
But at least I
It's
have...
our last night, so...
Yeah. We're thinking it's our last night on the water. What a trip it has been.
Yes.
A lot of ups and downs. Oh, look at that beach.
A lot of ups and downs.
It's the nicest beach we've seen in this entire trip. 600 miles. And here's a beach right here on Marco Island. Beautiful. Oh, boy.
It's private.
So this cut right over here, right before the inlet, or right inside the inlet, I should say, Big Marco Pass. This inlet here, this is what goes to Smokehouse Bay. Really strong current coming out of there, I heard. We'll be in there one of these days. Not on this trip, though. There's an anchorage, and all sorts of restaurants, CJ's, Waterside. We'll be there again another time.
Regal.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's
It's getting towed.
Yeah.
Pontoon.
No.
Towing the other boat. Like rentals. Yeah. Definitely rentals towing in the guy. It looks a little snotty out there on the Gulf. Of course it is. Everywhere we look, there's a storm. Now this storm is heading towards Naples, which is up that way. The last storm we were trying to outrun, this one we want it to outrun us. Wondering if I should slow down our speed. We're doing about 7 knots. Thunder out there. But beautiful views this way.
Oh, you mean the...
Well, you too. And look at this side. But we're doing all right. Cruising home. It's like, feels good to be home.
Yeah.
Look at that bad boy. That's a big storm over Sanibel, out that direction. So we're going that way. Alright, it was a little sketchy getting in here with that low tide, but we are anchored, and I don't like being anchored what looks to be right in front of the channel here, but it turns off to the right and going to the bridge. I'm not the only boat here, so tucked behind him shouldn't be too bad. Gonna take Matey for a walk, wherever the closest beach is. Probably over that direction.
Hurry up.
Yeah. So let's get cracking here. Hopefully we're not dragging. Got my anchor alarm on, and we'll see how we do. That is one wild cloud. Starts way down there. Long storm front cloud. Doesn't look very friendly. I gotta look at the other side. And we have what looks like great sunset. And then this end of the world looking cloud. Yikes. I just can't take it anymore. Last night out on the water. Tomorrow we go home.